I'm going to play some Dark Souls again. Um, First of all, I need to turn this down. Ooh, Dark Souls again. Echo, echo. Sorry about that. Okay, let's go back. Got to turn down the volume a bit. For me, it shouldn't turn it down for you guys. So we're gonna play the same character that I played last time, which will be this one, Camixian. So yeah, let me get the mouse out of the way. All right, let's get going. So when last we left off, we started this warrior character, and actually I've been going through everything on this character. Let's see if I remember. Okay, so his stats are pretty good. So all we did was make it all the way over here. We didn't really do anything else. So let's continue with our journey. All right. So like I said, these guys are hollows. They're no longer in control of their faculties. And you're just basically killing all of them to get to your objective. Now, they don't really say what your objective in this game is. They just say that the dragons were betrayed by one of their own, including uh, the Lord of Fire, which is Gwyn, the witches of Izalith and Nito. So basically, you have to kill them for some reason, and that is a Peri-Riptos, which is pretty cool. Come on, asshole, come on, you got it, you got it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Actually, give me 1 second. There is one thing I want to do real quick. Okay. Now let's. Oh wait. Whoops. Okay. Now let's go back. Okay. Awesome. I love that fade in transition. That's not something I do. Like you'll notice when I clicked on it, it fades back into the game, which is really cool. Oh, it doesn't show it. Ah, that sucks. So it shows it on my side, but you don't see it on your end. That kind of sucks, but oh well. It happens, I guess. All right. I gotta adjust these cords, getting in the way. Okay. So let's go this way and see what's this way. Yay. Okay, we always have. These guys always are more effective in gangs. When they're by themselves, they really don't do anything. Broken Straight Sword. You know, I never looked at the lore for Broken Straight Sword. Or oh, there's two. There's I never even noticed that. I thought there were uh I thought they were all the same. Let's see here. Only the completely hollowed would ever consider this a weapon, the hilt of this odd sword. Okay, so either one of these can be used to make a really powerful sword later, so just keep that in mind. It won't be till way later, but But yeah, it will be later enough. Alright, so now we're on this roof. We got some throwing knives. Throwing knives are... They improved throwing knives a lot in Dark Souls 3. They actually made them more like knives. Okay, and we made it. Nice. So this is kind of a secret area. Not really. But the thing with Dark Souls to remember is, if you've never played these games before, is to explore every opportunity. But just be careful, because you can die in this game. Let's see what they say about... what? Oh yeah, it's bolt. Let's see what they say about light crossbows. Okay, so the difference between a crossbow and a bow, which we haven't got yet, is that you can't aim with a crossbow. You can aim manually, but, or I should say, you can't lock on with a crossbow, I think. Let's find out. Maybe you can. Oh, you can. Okay. Oh yeah, but you can't manually aim with the crossbow. You can only lock on. So let's try that. I tried to do a backstab for you, it didn't work, so. Okay, so now we're getting all kinds of different items, so let's go ahead and check that out. Because I might as well keep this going. Oops, not that. Okay. Oh, I did get a spear. Let's read about this. Yeah, spears are pretty good, but I don't normally use them. Some people like spears, I don't. So let's see here. Cracked round shield. Okay. So it's just a shitty shield. Okay, waistcloth. Yeah, it doesn't serve any purpose. So that's that, yeah. I should have almost started out as deprived, but that's alright. Deprived means you just start out naked and you have to find everything and upgrade. Alright, running back. Okay, and we're gonna go back down to a different area over here. Gonna go through this door. Now here is your first merchant.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you. Hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Okay, so he sells a lot of stuff. Now, if you kill him, you can get a sword called the Uchigatana, which is really awesome. However, I recommend not killing him until you buy a few items. First of all, you want to buy this. Second of all, you want to buy... Well, I don't need to buy this because I have the master key. You also want to buy this, the repair box, and the bottomless box. Even though I never really use the bottomless box. And I'm out of enough cash to buy the short bow, because that's 1,000. Actually, you know what?
Thank you kindly.
Okay. Let me see. I should have some souls here. Okay, let's look up what it says about this. Yeah, pretty much is the same thing for all souls. So let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, throwing knife. Let's look at what this says. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and use all these souls. There's a specific reason why I am using all these souls, and I'll show you in a minute. The problem with using these souls is that... well, there's no problem. But there is a problem. You'll notice I'm using them one at a time, which is very annoying. They improved it in Dark Souls 2 and 3, so that's always good. Okay, and a large soul. Okay, so now I have more than enough for that bow. Okay, purchase items. So the other item you want to buy, like, I mean, if you want to use these other weapons, you can. They have different move sets, which is pretty nice. And we'll go over each one later, because most likely you'll get at least one or two of these from drops. So there's no reason to buy these. But this is something you won't get for quite a while if you don't buy it now. They also have these shields, which are pretty nice, but I already have a 100% shield. I don't even know why they sell this shield, which is 88, with like these shields, which are much less. But, and there's my shield. They also have the Warrior's Round shield, which is also not good. I don't know why they do that. But anyways, what you want to buy the short bow. Because you're not going to find this in the game until way later. It's kind of annoying. Okay. Now, the rest of the souls, I'm going to buy arrows. I want to maximize how many I can get, so I am going to purchase all... I wonder if I should purchase wooden. I mean... Yeah, let's do that. Then we have 455. Then we don't have to worry about arrows. Okay. So, and just to make sure, we purchased everything we really need from this guy. He also sells armor, which is chain armor, but mine is better. I don't use crossbows. There is a crossbow later in the game that's pretty badass. But until that point, I don't like crossbows. Okay, so that's pretty much everything I want from this guy for right now. The other thing he sells is fire bombs, which is pretty cool, but yeah, not really worth it. So let's talk to this guy for a second.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
So, anyways, let's see what else.
I'm not here to chat. We talk business, or we talk nothing at all.
Okay, let's see what else he has to say.
I'm not here to chit chat. We talk business, or we talk nothing at all.
Okay, so we are...
What a waste. Go and fall off a cliff.
Okay, so we're done with this guy. I bought all the stuff that I want from him. We're going to replace the crossbow with the short bow because the short bow is way better, in my opinion, because you can aim with it. You can't aim with the crossbow. You know what? I can't wield this, but I'm going to equip it just to see if my equip load goes down. Nope, he can still roll like it's no big deal. Okay, and we also need to equip arrows. Okay. So now you see that he's carrying arrows and bolts. And look, his rolling is going down a bit. So I don't need to carry bolts. Okay, so all right, so I
hope. Throw me a bone when you haven't got much time, right, Yulia?
now he talks
Oh,
about Yulia.
Here, I'm not here to cheat. We talk. Cheat, right, Yulia?
Yeah, so he keeps saying stuff.
Oh, I hope you brought. Go and.
Okay, so he's not going to say anything more. So this is the only NPC I recommend killing just because he drops that Uchigatana sword, and it's the only place in the game you can get it. I think there is another place, but I don't know. I believe this is the only place you can get it. So yeah, so now we're going to kill him. So like I said, I would not recommend killing any other NPC except this guy, just because he has that sword. All right.
You. I'll teach you, you lousy rat. Yulia! Yulia! Why me? Little Yulia?
Okay, and that's the Uchigatana, which is a weapon I probably can't use yet. So let's go ahead and look at that. Yeah, so yeah, you need 1414. Yeah, so it's a very good weapon, but it doesn't have much durability, only 80 durability. So, and once a weapon completely breaks, you can't use it, but you can repair it. So that's one good thing. So this guy's dead. Like I said, he's the only guy I recommend, the only NPC I recommend you killing. Every other one, there's really no point to, unless you beat the game and you want to collect what they drop, because some of them have nice drops. Okay. So we've done that. Now, he's not the only guy who sells arrows. There's going to be another merchant later you meet that sells arrows. But it's not till later in the game. Okay, so now on to the next part, which is fighting the first official boss in this game. The first boss you fight is more of a tutorial boss. Which I guess counts, but yeah. Okay. Now you might be wondering where that fire's coming from. There's three assholes up there, and they will hit you if you just stand there like I did. Okay. Whoa. Okay, and that's a backstab, which you have to get right behind him just right in order to perform it, which the first time I played this game I was horrible at backstabs. Just fucking atrocious. Alright, let's move on. It's still hard to pull off backstabs in this game. Okay, short sword. Let's see, where's the short sword? Short sword. Yeah. So short sword, there's really no reason to use the short sword if you have the long sword. Because the long sword is longer and does more damage. The only difference is that the only reason you even want the short sword, well, not want it, but you get it as a starting weapon for, I believe, the sorceress. maybe, I'm not sure. But once you get the longsword, replace the short sword. Unless you're going for something where you don't have to carry a lot of stuff. And you don't want your roll to be encumbered. Okay, so now we have the black fire bombs. Yeah, so it's much stronger than a normal one. Okay. Okay, so normally you need the residence key to open up that. I do have the residence key, but I also have the master key, so it doesn't matter. And all that's in here is just this. This is your first weapon buff. There's many more later on. I don't often use weapon buffs. I don't know why. Let's read about this. Apply lightning to right-hand weapon. So, it's effective, but I don't use it very often. Maybe I'll use it against the first boss, just to show you what it looks like. Let's go ahead and replace this with the gold pine resin. Okay. So we're not ready to drop down there just yet. Oh, shit. Waiting for him to attack. Oh, I missed it. Yep, parry Riptos. This one's even harder to pull off. These enemies are easy to do it with, but other enemies it's almost impossible. You can even parry the final boss in the game. There are some enemies you can't parry, but for some reason you can parry the boss. I love that. Okay. Now this is a trap, which you're never going to know about it the first time you play unless you actually look up. Okay. Now, before going up there, before going in there, this is your first mini boss, basically, because he's so tough. One of the gold knights. So we're just gonna throw a fucking bomb at his ass. You have to be careful with him, because his moveset is pretty devastating. And also, whenever you drink, you notice they come closer to you. It's because this was built in to their AI to make them much harder. Now, I'm hoping he drops that sword that he's using, but we'll see what happens. Because that sword he's using is one of the best swords in the game. He's using very thick armor, and I pulled off a backstab on him. You can probably notice his pattern, because he does have a distinct pattern. Every enemy has a distinct fighting pattern in the game, and I believe that's on purpose. Now, one thing about strategizing, when you're circling around the enemy, you always want to circle the from the side that he's holding his shield. So he's holding his shield on his left hand, so you want to circle left around him. The reason is it's much easier to not get hit by him if you circle left, because he has to do that arcing attack. This isn't always true with every enemy in Dark Souls, but it's a good rule of thumb. Now this is something you'll learn on your own, obviously, so I don't even need to say this, but you know. You see how he charges me because I'm using that? I believe that is programmed on purpose. So I'm whittling him I'm whittling him away. He's almost done. Yep. Okay, so when you lose all your stamina, that happens, and the enemy can actually riptose you, which does happen from time to time. Now I'm just using a standard attack pattern 2 to fight him. You always want to keep your shield up on this guy. The only reason you wouldn't is because you're good enough to dodge his attacks, which in Dark Souls 1 is very difficult. Okay, we killed him. And unfortunately, he did not drop his sword. But that's okay. There's more of those warriors later, so it's not a big deal. Those are actually the official knights of Lord Gwyn, as we saw yesterday. So those guys are pretty hard, and you have to fight a whole castle of those guys later. Alright, so blue tearstone ring. So our first actual ring. I don't consider... I'm going to go in here so I don't get hit by those fire guys. I don't consider this ring a real ring because it does break after using it. So boosts defense while HP is low. Okay, so this is a good starting ring, and it does work. It's not the most effective ring, but like I said, it does work. It does serve its purpose. Okay, so now we can go up here. Alright, so you can go up or you can go this way. Now, because I have the master key, I can open this door right away. I recommend not going downstairs until you're ready, until you're at least maybe level, like I'm only level 4. I wouldn't recommend going down there until you're at least level 20 or 30. And it's because the enemy down there is really tough and really easy. He can kill you pretty easily. So we'll see him later though. So now many times in the game it doesn't matter if you smash stuff, but here I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Right before the boss, smash one of these and you see this guy come out. These crystal demons are in every single Souls game, and you want to kill them before they disappear. And there's a reason why, and hopefully I can show you. That's why, because they drop Titanite. Now, I didn't really explain what Titanite is, so let me go ahead and let me go ahead and go through that. So Titanite shard, +5 reinforced standard weapon. What that means is you can reinforce a normal weapon to +5 damage. Fragments of legendary slabs. Titanite is etched into weapons to reinforce. Yep. Okay, and this is a Titanite chunk. So after Plus 5, you go to plus 10, which uses a large shard, which we don't have a large shard right now. But Titanite shard is for plus 10 to plus